What's good? It's time to talk Ole Miss, Georgia. Yeah, Georgia. Hey, man, it's a big game. Two good teams in the SEC. You see the spread right here, right? They're favoring Georgia to win. All right? It's a big game. All right? Got a lot of stakes. Georgia's number 3 in the country. You know what I'm saying? Ole Miss, right? Can you tame the cat? Can you stop the dogs? Can you win at home? This is huge. Big implications. Now, this is what Josh Pate said of CBS Sports. I don't think Ole Miss is losing this game. All right. Now, why I want to talk about this, we're going to find out. Now, Ole Miss has everything to knock off Georgia. Okay? But what's been one of my biggest things when I talk about this Ole Miss program? Can you beat the elite teams? Can Jackson Dart have a big game? Y'all peep this. Lane Kiffin, 0-4 against top 5 opponents in his career with Ole Miss. So it doesn't just fall on Jackson Dart. Also falls on the coaching. If you're going to beat an elite team, you got to have elite coaching. You know what I'm saying? You got to put your players in the best spots to win this game. Another stat. Ole Miss has not had a top 5 win over an opponent since 2015 against Alabama when they were number 2 in the country. All right? So this is going to do a lot. This does a lot for your program. This does a lot for bringing in more recruits. This does a lot for you bringing in talent. Because you can say, hey, we go toe-to-toe with Georgia and win at home. Last year, we was on the road. This year, they got to come to your building. But I want to see Jackson Dart finally be able to do it. Now, we're finna pull up his stats. He's having a great season. Now, Dart, y'all, is number 1 in the SEC with 3,200 yards passing. 21 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions. He's having a phenomenal year. You can't really play it no better. He's been great. Henry Parrish is having a good year, as you guys can see right here, 678 yards, 10 touchdowns. Like, they can run the ball as well. Trey Harris, nearly 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns so far this year. He's a problem. Okay? Then you also got Caden Lee, who's having a strong year, 687 yards receiving. He's kind of that short intermediate kind of guy for you. Always be able to go to him on third down and get big plays. All right? Now, you're playing an elite defense. It's one of the better defenses in the country. Right? They got so many guys that can play multiple positions. Jalon Walker. They can rush off the edge with Mikael Williams. I know he's been battling injuries in and out. They have a strong defensive front. KJ Bolden is phenomenal. I'm going to pull up his stats here in a second. Malachi Starks. His defense is elite. But you're going to have to be able to take what they give you. You got to be patient. You know what I'm saying? You got to hit those seam routes. Right? And you gotta build that running attack in this one. Now, this is what I'm talking about when I say KJ Bolden. 214 coverage snaps, 0 TDs allowed, 40.9 passer rating, 82.1 coverage grade. He's been phenomenal, and he's played star, and he got to play early on. And Kirby Smart talked about how he was even ahead when Malachi Starks came in to the point where he was at when he first started. That says a lot. And Coach leans on him, and he's playing well. He's seeing the results. Dane Jackson and different things like that. This kid is a star. He's a 5-star. I got to chance to see him when he's at Buford. Kid is the next level, man. He's already elite now. He's going to be even more elite over the next couple of years. So him and Malachi Starks is a problem. All right, and as y'all can see, FPI is actually favoring Ole Miss 54.1% compared to Georgia at 46%. So kind of a toss-up. You know what I'm saying? The spread, like I said, three for Georgia. The key is this guy right here, though. Coming into the season, and I've been saying with Carson Beck, he's supposed to be like the top draft pick going into the NFL draft. It's definitely plummeted some, I think. You know what I'm saying? He's had way too many. I think he has 2 or 3 games this year with 3 interceptions. It's not going to cut it. You're not going to beat formidable opponents like that. You know what I'm saying? I think he has 10 interceptions in his past 5 games. He has to be better with the football. Y'all can blame it on drops. He has not been good. He's missing throws. He's throwing in tight windows where it's heavily covered. He's not getting it done. He has to be better, right? And he got Trevor Etienne, who's a little banged up. Now, I like Nate Frazier, their running back. I like the depth that they got at that position, right? Also got Branson Robinson. So I feel like running the ball, they're going to be just fine. And they also can get Tate Ratledge back, too. You know what I'm saying? And he's a stud. He's one of the best interior offensive linemen I think we have in the country. So you're going to get a couple pieces back. You're going to miss some pieces. But for Beck, if you are their offensive coordinator, Mike Bobo, make it easy for him if you're going to win this game, right? Got Arian Smith, got Dylan Bell, right? Got Lawson Lucky, Landon Humphreys. Like, make it easy. Get them some short reads early. Some play-action rollouts, right? Make it easy for him to see the field. You know what I'm saying? I think that's going to be key for Georgia because if you come up with too many interceptions or too many turnovers, Ole Miss going to make you pay. Straight up. So, defense does travel. I like what Kirby Smart's been doing. I like how the defense has been helping the team while they figure things out. But I'm telling y'all, if Georgia come out with a slow start, they could be in trouble. Defense is good. Defense can only do so much. It's going to be imperative, especially to get the ball first. Strike while the iron is hot. Give it to Ole Miss. That's going to be crucial. Nonetheless, man, I'm going with Ole Miss Rebels. I know Georgia's 19-3 versus ranked opponents over the last couple of years. But I'm going to believe in Jackson Dart. I didn't take them to beat LSU because I was like, I like the Garrett Nussmeier more. I feel with Carson Beck struggling, Jackson Dart having a great season, this is your time. This is your moment, Jackson Dart, to show you're that guy. You know what I'm saying? And when I say that guy, I'm not talking about the guy at Ole Miss. I'm talking about that guy in the country. Like, hey, we coming. You know what I'm saying? We got a couple losses, but we could beat elite teams. This is your moment, Jackson Dart. What are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to agree with Josh Pate. I don't think they're going to lose this game. I think they're going to knock off Georgia and make some noise. You know what I'm saying? And we could have a couple two-loss SEC teams. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going with him. I'm believing in him. Trey Harris, Henry Parrish running the football, Miami transfer, right? And I'm depending on that defense to get pressure and make, obviously, Carson Beck feel uncomfortable, right? That's what I'm rolling with. All right, got to defend home turf. Got to defend the sit. So we're going to find out, man. But I'm going with Ole Miss to knock off Georgia. I'm calling another upset for them to do it. Now, comment below, though, who y'all got. And again, this is no disrespect to Georgia fans or to the Georgia Bulldogs. Y'all have an elite team. Y'all do. But my concern is at your quarterback spot. When we start seeing them play better, then I'll believe more in Georgia as the long term goes on. But until I see that, I'm going to roll with Ole Miss.